Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, twin flame romance, general readings, life, path, and purpose. You can book that on my website, michellefondinauthor.com. And don't forget to download the free Twin Flames Affirmation Meditation. The link is below. Welcome to Twin Flame Guidance, where I guide you along on a twin flame topic. Today's topic is the name Twin Flame really important? Is it the most important thing? And if you are interested in that topic, please do stay tuned because we're gonna hash this out. We're gonna hash out this topic. And of course, many of the topic ideas I get from you guys, viewers, who ask these sorts of questions, also in the coaching sessions and the group coaching sessions. So let's really talk about this. So the word twin flame, the label twin flame. Now, of course, back, I don't know when it was, 2019, I believe, I produced a video on are labels important? And so I will put that link here so you can check that out after this video. This is a more serious topic, okay? So I'm laughing, I'm joking about it because it's kind of funny if you think about it, but it's a rather serious topic. So let's really hash this out. So the issue with a label, the issue with a name, right, is that we attribute a name to something. And as we attribute a name to something, it takes on a whole new meaning on its own, right? It's almost like it's an organism that grows on its own, okay? And so the word twin flame was invented by someone, I don't know who, but it was certainly invented by someone to outline an experience or a set of experiences or a set of symptoms through a given experience. When you and I refer to the word twin flame, or the words, it's really two words, twin flame, what we're referring to is an experience of the concept of what twin flame has come to represent that both of us have without a doubt experienced on some level. Now, this experience may be vastly different, but there are enough similarities that we can attribute it to this general experience, okay? So I hope that you can agree with me on that, is that through this experience, we can attribute this label, so then in subsequent conversations, we can talk about this collective experience, okay? Now, I'm gonna say it's not unlike the experience of the word God. So initially, when we're speaking of the word God, what it does designate is this set of experiences, hopefully, right? Hopefully it's direct experience through this concept of something that is beyond the physical world, that moves into the ethereal world, moving into this concept of divinity that brings us to a different state, a different place than what we can experience through the physical world, through our five senses. So if we give the name God to this experience, it doesn't mean that God in and of itself is the label, is the name. It's just the name that we have decided to give to that experience so that we can talk about it in future conversations. So the problem with a name, the problem with a label in this instance, let's just suppose we're talking about God, is that throughout time, different outer experiences that are perhaps not direct experiences with God, as an example, take on a whole new meaning. So in other words, there are those who have had bad experiences with religion, and within a specific religion, the word God is used. And because the word God is used, there are a whole host of negative associations with the word God because of that specific experience in the realm of religion. I'm going to further this. There have been many wars in the name of God. There have been many assassinations in the name of God. There's been many killings in the name of God. There's been conquerings of lands in the name of God. And that leaves the concept of God, or the word of God, if you will, the word, the name, the label, with everything attached to it that it is not. But it's just the humans, right? Humans in general that have this idea that the word is attached to what the concept is. So because we have so many preconceived notions around the word God, as soon as somebody says to you the word God, it automatically has a whole lot of meaning. And perhaps some of those meanings are outside of the realm of direct experience, right? So perhaps you have had direct experience with God, divinity in your life, but when you say the word God out loud to yourself, to family, to friends, to whomever, they bring in their experience and perhaps memories of things they've read, memories of history, memories of whatever it is, right? Maybe suppression, memories of family upbringing. And none of those actually change the meaning of what the concept of God is. The concept of God is just the concept of God. The name doesn't mean anything. The name is just a tool that we use so we can talk about the concept. And the same thing with twin flames. So I learned about the name, the label twin flames, about 3 years prior to actually meeting my twin flame. Now, when I learned the term, the word, the label twin flame before I met my twin flame, I had a very vague idea of what that term was defined as. So I really didn't have a concept. I didn't have an experience. I didn't have really any notion or idea. So I just had this like twin flame equals something about a soul connected person. That's pretty much all I knew. I hadn't heard any stories. I hadn't had any experiences. So I just didn't know what it was. Now, fast forward to when I met my twin flame, and I started to accumulate real-time, real-life experiences. And then it wasn't until about 2.5 months later that I learned the word twin flame, and I was able to unlock the meaning of the word twin flame to mean, oh, here are all the experiences that I've had over the past 2.5 months. Now I kind of have a label to put on the experiences that I'm having so that I can better understand what this is and perhaps be able to flourish upon those experiences and really understand it. And unfortunately, like with the word God, unfortunately, throughout this time, so I'm going to say I was awakened to the twin flame journey in September 2018. I really didn't learn about twin flames until December of 2018. So since December of 2018 up until now, and I'm producing this in May of 2022, so roughly 3.5 years later, there have been many people with many different experiences with the word twin flame. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them true, some of them false. Now, because there was a humongous awakening in the midst of 2017, 2018, 2019 of twin flames becoming awakened to the twin flame journey, it brought about all sorts of people, all sorts of experiences, and all sorts of different types of publicity, publicizing the name, the word, the label twin flame. And as I did mention, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it true, some of it false. So when that tends to happen to a name, a label, there is an entity, an organism that grows around the actual name. So what I do want to say to you is that just because there's an organism that tends to grow around a name, a label, does not change the nature of what that label initially represented. So the fact that all the symptoms, all the signs, all the synchronicities, all the coincidences, all the real-time, real-life experiences that I lived through as a twin flame, all the real-time experiences that you lived through as a twin flame, it still signifies twin flame. Still signifies it. And it's not because the label is there or the label is removed that it changes the nature of the experience. Just like the nature of God does not change, no matter what anybody says about God, no matter what anybody says about the label, the nature of God is the nature of God. It doesn't change. Same thing with the nature of a twin flame trajectory, a twin flame relationship, a twin flame connection. That does not change. It is what it is. There are a certain set of experiences. There are a certain set of things that happen within a twin flame relationship. And so whether you attribute the name to being good, bad, false, not false, exaggerated, whatever label you decide to attribute it to it, because the word itself has grown into an organism, it doesn't matter. It just does not matter. It doesn't change the experience. So I just want to make that crystal clear, is that the name does not delineate the experience. The experience gives a name because we need to talk about it on some level. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you have had this list of experiences that point to the fact that this person could be your twin flame or that you are a twin flame, then it's probably true that you are having an experience, which we can attribute a label to it, called the twin flame experience. And so many twin flames, or prospective twin flames, I should say, because they come to me questioning. That's why I said it, prospective twin flames. They come to me questioning. Am I a twin flame? Am I not a twin flame? Is this person I have a twin flame? Is this person? No. And I'm always saying to them, look, I'm not here to tell you the label. I'm not here to give you the label. I'm here to assess what types of experiences are you having? And also, what does your angelic guidance tell you about the nature of this experience and what you're experiencing, what the other person's experiencing, what the couple's experiencing? And then we can kind of look out a little bit into the future, as well as your destiny path when it comes to this particular relationship that you're speaking of. It doesn't mean that just because somebody on the outside tells you that you're not a twin flame or this is not a twin flame relationship doesn't mean that it's so, because that's completely subjective coming from an outside source. So when you're really looking inside of yourself and you understand the experiences that you have been having, then only you can make that assessment as to whether or not this experience can take on the label of being a twin flame experience. Now, I know that being said, twin flames have been given a bad name recently, a really bad name. Again, by people who are misinformed, by people who have had poor experiences, and by people who have been giving false information out there about the nature of twin flames. And you might be afraid to attribute to yourself the name twin flame or the experience to being a twin flame experience because of all this bad publicity. And so what I want to say to that is, just like you might be ashamed to say the word God to your friends because of the entity, the organism that the word God has taken on through history, you can choose to say something or not say something. You can choose to attribute that label to yourself or not attribute the label to yourself. It doesn't change the nature of or the course of things, right? Maybe it's irrelevant. But what I do want to say to others who aren't sure or who may have been attracted to the Twin Flame Collective and the videos and vlogs and all of that, and in hoping one day that they might meet their twin flame, my answer to you is that, well, maybe this is your soul's journey. Maybe you've been attracted to twin flame videos, for example, because this is your journey. Maybe that's so. And if your soul did not choose this journey in this lifetime, there's nothing you can do to choose it. Like what happens, it's kind of like, okay, let me equate this to actual biological twins. In your mother's womb, if somehow in the body, the embryo decides to split into two and you become an identical twin, that is happening way before your sentience. That's happening way before your cognizance. It's not as if inside your mother's womb, as an embryo, you can say to your mother, "Mother, make me a twin." It just doesn't happen. It's like creation itself is going to make that decision. So before you were born, maybe your soul in cahoots with God made the decision, God split my soul in two so that I may have this experience of being a twin flame on this incarnation on earth. Boom, God makes it happen, and here you are. So it's not like, just like you can't go back into the womb and become a biological twin in this lifetime, you can't go back to heaven and like split your soul in two and come back into your current body and decide to be a twin flame. That's not how this works. So if you are a twin flame, if this is your soul's journey, it's your soul's journey. And if it's not, it's not. I mean, good luck next time. And, and I was just saying, like, it's, like I said, I don't think it's relevant because being a twin flame, I would say, is not exactly a blessing. It's not a blessing. It's probably a blessing in disguise. How about that? It is a blessing in disguise. But it's not a blessing because, I mean, I feel like, yes, it's a blessing, but it's not a blessing. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a hard journey. In other words, that's what I was trying to say. It's a hard journey. It's not an easy journey. I don't know any twin flame that I've met online or in person. I don't know any twin flame that has told me, yup, this is a super easy journey. Very, very easy. Never heard that, ever. So I hope this was helpful when you're thinking about the name, the label of twin flame, and other people have maybe said things to you that are negative, that are false. And I say false because, like, if you have had a direct experience with what twin flames are, and you know this in your soul, that this is your journey and that this is what you have chosen as a soul to experience in this lifetime, then you know what's real and you know what's false. And that's all I have to say about that. So I hope this was helpful, twin flame. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for your support on my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp or meditation course. You can also join my group coaching. The link is below. And I will see you in the next video.